This is the Constitutionals with Chad White. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the Constitutionals. How'd you like my theme song? It's brand new. Just made it up right there on the spot. Anyway, I'm your host, Chad White. This is the Constitutionals with me, of course. It's just a podcast. If you don't know, episode 3 is a podcast, short little thing where I just talk about what's on my mind, an audio diary of sorts. So there you go. There's that. That's the explanation. I feel like I should have done that in episode 1. I don't know if I did. Did not listen to it. Just threw it up onto the podcast servers and tried to get it onto the iTunes and the Google Play. I'll aim for Stitcher at some point. I guess people use that wherever podcasts are found. All right, today I want to talk about something that happened this morning. Ryan Seacrest. I'm recording this. Here's a little BTS, behind the scenes tidbit for you. I'm recording this Monday, May 1st. This will come out on May 2nd. All right. I go to the gym and I got back late from a trip. I'll tell you more about that later. But I'm uploading the news time that for Monday releases on Monday, 9 a.m., youtube.com/C+comedy. Go watch it. It's a great little news thing. But this week's feature for news time was how hosts are basically, there's only like 5 or 6 hosts that are cornering the markets on hosting. It's Chris Hardwick. It was a story about Chris Hardwick and his affable nature, his how he's able to host so many different things. And then I expanded that into Ryan Seacrest, Carson Daly, Steve Harvey, and Jane Lynch. Realized later I should have put Aisha Tyler in there too as well, but it's neither here nor there. So Chris Hardwick's hosting a lot of stuff, but Ryan Seacrest also hosts a number of things himself, like his new co-hosting gig with Kelly Ripa. It is Live with Ryan and Kelly, or is it Kelly and Ryan? Because she started there first. And I thought it was just such a coincidental thing how it happened, how today he was announced as the co-host, and how I put out this video about involving him. It's very strange. It's very coincidence. I don't know if that means anything. I don't know. I hope he sees it. I know he won't, because he is trending on Twitter right now, I believe. He's trending on Twitter right now. So good for him. I'm happy for him. He's got another job. He's got millions of dollars, and he's just he's killing it right now. And Chris Hardwick is the nerdy version of him. They both did stuff for the E Company at some point in their careers. And so there we go. There's that. Ryan Seacrest has a new job. I also got an email from the Wrap that said that he will keep his radio show, his syndicated radio talk show. So apparently that's still going to keep going, and he's still going to host everything else. So he's not losing a job. He's just gaining another job. Gonna mute the computer. Just muted. It's made a noise. So there you go. Good job, Ryan Seacrest. I'm proud of you. What happened else today? I also just got done watching the Not the White House Correspondents' Dinner from Samantha Bee and her crew, her full frontal team. It was fantastic, wonderful. I want to mention something. Ashley Nicole Black. She's a superstar. She is going after, if she moves on at some point from full frontal, which is bound to happen at any time. She's going to have an astounding career. She's going to be able to pretty much do anything she puts her mind to. Very happy for her. She's a very funny person, a very great correspondent on the show, and I think I got her middle name right. Ashley Nicole Black. She's a wonderful talent. When she was on the stage, Ashley Black. I don't know why I just call her middle name is Nicole, but I don't know why I called her Ashley Nicole Black. That's like someone calling me Chad Cooper White. Don't. Just Chad. Chad's good. Or Coop. I don't care. So really call me anything you want. But very happy for her. She's gonna be this huge star, and maybe she'll even have her own show one day. We'll see. It's still a struggle for Samantha Bee. She doesn't get the ratings she deserves. She's got a fantastic show. Pat Castles from College Humor fame writes on that show. Sarah Schneider from College Humor fame writes on SNL. She's the co-head writer. She's very funny with Chris Kelly. And who else? Who else does stuff? Jake and Amir doing Headgum, that thing. The podcast network. If they would like to make me a part of it, I will do it. Jake and Amir, if you're listening, I can definitely help you guys out. I don't even need sponsors. I'll just do it. I would like sponsors. I'd like to make the sweet $10 from a sponsor, but, Anyway, Not the White House Correspondents' Dinner was great. If you're listening to this the week that this comes out, it's going to have a replay on Wednesday at 10. Should not probably pimp this thing out because it's not my job to. But it was good. It's very funny. All right, moving on to what I really want to talk about. I just got back from Nashville yesterday, and I was there for a wedding. Very good friend of mine. Happy wedding, Mike and Brittany. Very happy for you guys. Now you're in Jamaica on your honeymoon, doing honeymoon stuff. But we got there. I got there Friday. I skipped work, called in. I said, I'm taking a mental health day. I stole that from Love on Netflix, where Mickey's character says mental health. She says, I called it mental health day. And then whoever she's talking to says, what's that? It's like, and then she says, I'm going to butcher the quote, but she says, it's like taking a personal day, but no one can ask you what's wrong with you because they think you're crazy. Something like that. But I thought that was a really good line, and I used mental health day. Also, I just dislike my job, so there we go. I can do whatever I want. So self-censoring is great. So I left on Friday. I got most of the things done that I needed done. I shot News Time on Thursday night as opposed to Friday. And which makes that coincidence even better because I had made this story days beforehand. I noted this when I came home from the gym this morning. I had planned this story out 2 weeks ago. I got the article ready. I got Chris Hardwick talking was going to premiere that week, and I said, okay, this is the one I'm going to shoot before the wedding because it's going to be topical no matter what. And boom. Anyway, back to the wedding. So I left, went to Chattanooga. That's where I went to school, got some gas, went straight to Nashville. It was great. Good time. Hadn't gone out in a very long time. Went to bars, smoked some great cigars, some fantastic cigars. Ended up leaving them at the place I was staying at. So there's that. Kind of mad at myself, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get them back if they're going to be able to mail them to me. I hope so. It was a friend's house. I hope they know that those cigars are mine, and they should mail them back to me because they were pretty expensive. But the wedding was in a barn. It was a very hot day. There were horses, 4 horses. There were 4 horses at this barn, and they got to take pictures of the horses. And then after they took pictures of the horses, a couple of us went to go touch and pet the horses, and I put my head on one. It kept trying to drink my drink. It was insane to be in a suit, messing with some horses at a wedding on a hot day. It was wonderful. I had a great time. They had food. I didn't think they were gonna have food. Did not get a gift because they didn't say bring a gift. You tell me not to. You don't tell me to do something, I won't do it. And I just had a great time with these horses. Horses are really beautiful, majestical animals. Beautiful and majestical. Wonderful, beautiful animals. And I just, so excited. I got to touch one in the face. I got to touch 4 in the face. They're great. His huge brown one, that was gigantic. It was like Ganon's horse from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That might be a spoiler, but it's also a side mission, so you could really handle that early in the game. I think that's a mission you get from Kakariko Village, or is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm not gonna double check. I don't even care. But yeah, it's a giant horse, and Ganon rides it. But it's your horse. You can even put it in a stable. Plenty of stables around the game. Pick up your horse anytime you go. But back to this wedding. It's Breath of the Wild, a great game. I'm not done with it, but I enjoy it. The wedding was great. I took my Switch with me, the Nintendo Switch. Played some Zelda. Mario Kart came out that Friday, so of course I downloaded it, bought it. I could have bought the cart, saved some change, but no, I want to keep it downloaded. It's going to be my all-digital console. and I had a good time. Really good time. Saw some people haven't seen in a very long time. It's nice to always see people you haven't seen. It's strange though, since living in the South, most of my friends who I went to college with, or most people I know, let's say that because I don't want to call everybody a friend. I'm not that type of person. Most of the people I know had gotten married, or getting married, or on the verge of marriage, or having babies. And that's what's weird about the South. Because we're 24, 25 years old, and people are already starting the second phases of their lives. Like, that's crazy. Why would you do something like that? Is what I ask. But I'm very happy for anyone that decides that they want to get married. That's good for them. And every time I bring marriage up to my significant other, myself, I always waver between maybe and sure or no. So 3 different things. It's either a maybe or no most of the time. But also, I'm a 20-something-year-old male who's still hates his job and is still trying to move on to better things. But everybody's getting married. Everybody's got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I got video games and got La La Land on Blu-ray. Oh God. I was sitting in traffic on the way back from Nashville in North Georgia. They were doing something on the highway, and I sat in about 2 hours worth of traffic, blowing through my podcasts. I could have listened to an audiobook, but I was not in the mood. And I started streaming La La Land, the digital version that came with the Blu-ray, on my video account. And I just watched the first 5 minutes, the opening scene with the dance number. And it cost me a lot of money because of the data, because of Project Fi, but I don't think it was worth it. It was worth it. Oh my God, if I had downloaded the movie and had it on my phone, I could have watched the movie while I was sitting in traffic, because we were there for 2 hours instead of knocking out Comedy Bang Bang special editions and Big Grande Teacher's Lounge miniseries on Hal. Now Stitcher Premium. I'm sorry. You're welcome, Earwolf. I could have watched La La Land. Now I got to find some time during the week to watch it, and then I got to show it to a friend. That's gonna be 2 more times. I'm going to burn out this movie. Anyway, back to the weddings. So yeah, last year I went to a couple weddings, including my own mother's. It's not everybody's getting married. Everybody's got somebody, and here I am talking into a mic for 6 or 7 listeners. 6 or 7. That's not lofty. I think that's a correct estimate based on my account with Pinecast. It's a great company. If you want to do a podcast, you do it. Everybody has a freaking podcast. Gosh darn it. Everybody's got a friggin' podcast. This is not helping because I'm adding to the problem. But weddings are always fun. You always hang out with people, see people. Bridesmaids look beautiful. You could hear they had to separate. There are 5 or 6 horses total, but they had to separate one of the horses by himself because he was being a little jerk, and he kept whinnying and neighing during the ceremony. Like he would do it over the band, over the preacher. Oh my gosh. It was great. And my friend Mike, he got married to his lovely wife, Brittany. They're both nurses. Both nerdy little nurses. He rode up on the back of like an old 1920s black truck. It was probably sooner than that, but not sooner, later. It was nice. It was gorgeous. People cried. I didn't, because I knew this man's making the decision he wants to. It's the right decision. Man, I gotta find me a woman. Gotta I know not lock myself down, but I gotta tie a knot at some point. Oh Jesus. Oh my God. I'm so angry that I hit the laptop That's connected to the microphone. I hope it didn't mess anything up. It didn't. We're fine. Yeah, I gotta find that special person. I hope I find that person at some point. Be nice. You know? Be nice. But until then, I will continue to go to weddings and support my friends for the decisions they make. I just hope that at least I'm ordained. I'm ordained online like a normal person should be. And I just want to perform one of the weddings for them. They don't even have to pay me. Just give me 5 minutes to stand up at the top. And at the end, after they kiss, after they walk back down the aisle, they sit down in the back and I go, all right, let me tell y'all about batteries. And I just go off. That's so preposterous. It's so funny. That gave me a good tickle on my stomach. Made chortle a lot. Made me laugh. I like that. But I seriously would love to perform to do the ceremony. That'd be great. Everybody wants to go through their church at home. Look at me. Going to church at home. Or I will also accept somebody naming their child after me. Or making me the godfather. And also naming a child after me. Or let me father your child. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. All right, I couldn't even take myself seriously at that point. I just had a stroke. But yeah, that's what it's like living in the South. Everybody gets married very early. Golly, man, I'm gonna wait until cpluscomedy.com is a very big website, and I'm making so much money from it. So what? I just got an email. Sorry. I don't know why I reacted to it. I'm gonna wait until, I'm just, C Plus Comedy is a production company and it's an LLC and it's bought out by CNN or somebody. And they say, hey, you're going to make videos and long form features. And I'll be like, yes, of course. And that is my dream. And I hire 5 or 10 other people to help me out. Boom, the end. But I'm very happy for all my friends, as I said before. Weddings are great. Weddings are beautiful occasions. You know, meeting a nice woman at these weddings. Always fantastic. Always wonderful. Always a beautiful thing. All right, guys. Well, that's going to about do it for this episode of the Constitutionals. Well, what's going to happen after this? Well, listener, here's what's going to happen. You can go to cpluscomedy.com to get all the news, reviews, features, interviews, and all the other good comedy stuff that only I can provide you with. If you're a fan of this podcast and you also watch News Time, know that I took that spiel from News Time because on these new YouTube things, they took away annotations and they put up these end screen animation things, and now that's essentially how you get people to subscribe and stuff. So I said, but it only lasts for 20 seconds. It only lasts for 20 seconds. The last 20 seconds of the video. So I've had to shorten that outro, and I'm gonna just use that part over here. That's nothing that you should have known, but I just thought I'd inform you. Okay, anyway, cpluscomedy.com. News, features, views, interviews, all the other good comedy bits that you can find with. Go to youtube.com/cpluscomedy for our shows like Subpar Tunes, the cartoon show. I haven't put out an episode in a couple of weeks. I think I have one in the can, so I think I'll do that this week. And News Time, the premier news show that features 2 short stories, and 1 long form story. I was doing that before the other news shows late night shows were doing it. So there you go, nerds. It's always growing and growing. It's becoming a better thing every single week. You can also go follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. We have a Facebook.com/cpluscomedy, and I think that's it. I haven't opened the Tumblr in a very long time. So don't follow the Tumblr, or do it. I don't really care. All right. That's it. That's all I got for you. Thanks for listening. Have a good week. I love you. Bye.